here's a
I'm not
secret
saying
to
it is, I'm
piss.
just-
No, I know you're not. Of course. I mean, you're into dead
people.
fucking babies, man. Come on.
I'm too
But-
hard for Max Hardcore. Yeah.
What I discovered, okay, is if you just down one bottle, you start in the morning of the scene, and you just down one water bottle after another. You start peeing before the scene, and it starts yellow, and then after a while, it's coming out just like you're drinking it. Honest to God, you can't detect anything. It's flowing straight through your system, coming out the same. Once the girls understand this, then they're down with it. Then, well, okay, because it's just another thing coming in their mouth, and girls seem to have an instinctual understanding, especially nowadays, that you open the mouth for the fucking cum shot. And then you open. Of course, you open your mouth when I'm pissing in you, and you drink it. Do I have to drink it? Of course you do. Okay,
And were you one of the first guys to start doing this?
Does that pay extra? No. I think honestly, the Europeans were doing that before I was. Like
water sports.
Yeah, right. Water sports. They don't give a shit about anything. Peeing, fist fucking, they're all okay with it over in Europe.
And fisting, by the way, that was another thing. Do you think you were early in on that? I mean,
yeah, definitely before anybody else over here.
Because when they do the tombstone for Max Hardcore, they're going to go,
He was a great humanitarian. Entertained a lot of people.
Look, here's the things at their time can be looked at as a going too far and pushing the limits, but so was Isaac Newton and Copernicus, who said the world was round, things like that. So, but I joke, but in a way, it happened one night, which was with Cary Grant, and it was a man and a woman sleeping in a bed together, but there was a curtain down the middle. It was shocking, and in the time when women used to wear bathing suits that went to their, in their era. Now, when you were doing all this, and now I'm gonna edge a little towards your so-called criminality, but at some point you're doing fisting, you're pissing, you've got the anal stuff.
And we're putting out the European editions.
Right. And one of the things is you personally like the young girls and the innocents. And then at a certain point...
Either that or pissed off mothers or older sisters. It's real simple.
So you
big tits, small tits.
So you would you be doing, and obviously I have to do more Max Hardcore, I've got to watch more of your movies, but you'd have like the young girl and then her mother would be upset and then you'd fuck her mother, or how would that work?
Yeah, there's been a couple ones like that, but normally it would be, I fucked a young girl and we would take Polaroids of them. So they would have these Polaroids and the angry mother would come over dressed up in her, some fine fuck wear and high heels, and she'd pull out of her purse, these pictures. I found this in my daughter's bedroom. This is you, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And your business card. You're a fucking sick pervert, aren't you? Yeah, and you're a fucking sleazy whore, you little fuck. You want some of that action? And I would push him down on the couch, and they go, and we'd proceed to get it on, So, I mean,
so that was the.
It's all theater, man. It's all good. We're all out here having a good time.
Now. And a lot of people don't like people that have good times. And particularly there's governmental and the News Commission and all this.
There's some people that are definitely wound up too tight.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of people in the government sitting and watching, 1,000 hours of pornography to decide what was allowed. And what I find most interesting about your case, and you know what, let's explain how this happened. At what point did you get either the knock on the door, the phone call, or the raid where you went, that they actually came after you, when the feds finally said, all right, this fucking guy is doing this? Break it down from the beginning.
Yeah, in 2005, 2004, 2005, the state came after me. And they came down with the wrath of God for a couple of videos where they found that they could probably get a criminal conviction on for obscenity. Now, obscenity, just to explain here a little bit, is an undefined crime. It's no specific meaning. It's not like robbery or murder or extortion where it's very clean cut
It's in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, obscenity is does it have any scientific or medical value? Does it violate the Puritan, whatever the fuck that means, interests? Does it make you want to jack off? Well, if that's kind of like prurient, right?
Well, the National Geographic would be out of
I mean, everybody is doing these anyway. They decided, okay, once the state failed and we got a mistrial on that, and they didn't retry it. Then the feds came after me in 2008, and they started investigating me in 2007 and built a case based on what we call in the business a buy. So they set up a fake buyer out in Florida, in Tampa, with a P.O. box, and the guy that sold my I sold to a mail order house, and the guy, and I told him ahead of time, do not ship by U.S. Postal, because going back quite a few years, that's always how they busted you. It's
That's
called
FBI,
shipping
crossing across state lines.
State lines, right? So he ordered 5 videos, and then they came down with a grand jury indictment against me for five counts of shipping, and then 5 counts of having the trailer on my website.
Trailer for what? What was
for the 5 videos? A trailer, like a promo, a trailer like you'd see for a Hollywood movie.
What was it in those videos that they deemed?
Well, these were the European versions, right?
But they're not being sold over here.
Well, they were, because they were being sold in
State lines. Okay.
Yeah, and they were
Gotcha.
and I figured, okay, well, this is 21st century here. We ought to be good with this, right? They still aren't good with it, as evidenced by them indicting me. So they indicted me, and they had a big ass party up here in the morning.
You're being sarcastic, obviously.
Yeah, and I was in Barcelona with Catalina, actually, at the time.
One of your
And my buddy says, "Hey, Paul, Max, the FBI's crawling all over your house, man." I said, I knew they'd be back. I had a feeling they'd be back. Yeah, they came back, and they came back heavy. And they broke in like this was like some sort of organized crime safe house or something. Everybody's got guns. And one of the agents...
Well, you weren't here, though.
No, but
your maid was here.
Yeah.
Right?
My maid was here, and they came in, and they were so jumpy that one of them discharged a firearm right into the floor and almost shot another agent.
Yeah, this is the Keystone Cops coming into your house.
It was amazing. I said, geez, they know. I mean, they got me completely scoped out. They know there's no guns here, and high-powered
Drawers turned over, were they
weapons.
throwing drawers open, ripping things that was at that kind of thing?
No, they didn't do that.
Okay.
But they took all the computers and took like forever to bring them back, and a bunch of records, business records and all that.
I bet all those FBI guys sat around jerking off watching all of your videos. And that's the truth, is those are still guys, and they're sitting around. I've hung out with cops.
But
they
listen,
enjoy this stuff.
here's the twist. So I got to go to court in Florida now and
Right.
pay, and they deliberately do this to put it, make you spend the most amount of money.
Right.
Like, we tried to get the venue changed here. No. Crime happened in Florida. So I got to fly all the way out there and go through this whole... It was completely rigged. I mean, not rigged exactly, but it's a jury, it's Central District of Florida. And if you got a federal prosecutor, 2 of them actually, saying, now this... Some point is okay. Most point is okay. But this point is way across the line. And they're just sitting there like sheep. Bah, bah. And sure enough, the hammer came down.